Do we really only use 10% of our brain? Is that fact or myth?
So let me ask you a question first.
Yeah.
Is it legitimate for me to use the word on this podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's the best summary I can give.
So I assume in our context is also equivalent to myth in this case.
That's exactly right.
Right. Okay.
And the crazy thing is, I want to read you something here. And this is from a book called We Are Our Brains. And the guy wrote, take the myth that we only use 10% of our brains. You might well be forgiven for thinking this is the case with certain people, but we haven't the faintest idea what prompted this crazy theory. So if you do some research and you try to come back, first of all, it doesn't make any scientific sense whatsoever. The brain, as we've talked about, is a huge energy hog, right? It's occupying 20% of the energy, the oxygen and glucose of the body. And why would you have, from an evolutionary point of view, that amount of energy devoted to something that you're actually only going to use to a 10%? It doesn't make any common sense. That's number one. Number two is, if you look at all the work that's been done on the brain, or all the research that's been done on the brain, most of the research, at least until we had an MRI machine, was done on damaged brains. So part of the brain got damaged, and we then looked at what was the impairment to the functionality of the brain to determine what it was doing. It didn't matter what part of the brain got damaged. We couldn't find something that was doing nothing. Right. There isn't to the neuroscience thinking, there's no part of the brain that's like empty real estate hanging around for someone to do something with, build a property on it or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, whether we're utilizing the capacity we have in the best way possible, that's a different issue. But I think there was a movie that came out called Lucy, which sort of emphasized the point and made it even accentuated the myth. So 100% myth.
I have a couple of comments. One is, there's some movies that are out there that Hollywood always has a great way of pulling on these threads, that if we used more than 10% of our brain, we'd have superpowers, right? Which obviously we've just demystified that whole 10% of our brain experience.